Tell me what you know about Slav life.
What the fuck you know?
Work all day, but we party all night.
Party?
Slav life, we survive in the hard times.
Shorty.
Slav life, Slav life, Slav life. Kill you with the knife. Slav life, Slav life, Slav life. Taking over worldwide.
Yeah, you want the story of how I put my head through Dita's window?
What?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you doing crap like that? You put a hole in my wall in my townhome, too. Walk downstairs.
Way in the future.
How did you do this?
Can we let
Tell me
Phil
about
speak?
this. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear about this one.
I don't
You don't remember that?
Uh,
You're over at my townhome for some reason. I came by and you were gone already. And I go look at the stairs going upstairs to the bedrooms, and there's a big hole in the wall
that's Steve that
at the
pushed-
bottom of the
that's
stairs.
Steve that pushed
and
Phil.
you were laughing, Philip, say, "Oh yeah, I tripped down the stairs and I fell through your wall."
All right.
You don't remember that?
Maybe I had amnesia.
That's
Were you
Steve.
dropped as a child on your head?
No, I was.
Oh, you were.
I was.
Well, yeah.
I was dropped.
Okay.
All right, but
No,
let me finish.
I do vaguely remember that. That was me that put him through the wall. We were just horse playing.
We're getting up. Yeah.
Don't ask.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go back to the good old days.
It was the summertime. Might have been between kindergarten and first grade. Might also be the reason why we ended up moving after first grade, because I never understood why we left Baba and Dita's house. They had like a nice place. But yeah, no, there was one time me and Mary, because Dita had he had a basement where he had these huge wine casks, and there was a house. We had an elevated sidewalk, but there was like this little space, like a little well from between the house and the sidewalk. And I was, and again, Ma was nowhere around, and I was playing around with Mary. And I went ahead and put my head through his glass window. And I just remember, I was bleeding, a lot. Mary took off running. She went upstairs to go get Mom. And I'm walking outside, and here I am, a little kid. I'm seeing like drops of blood just come pouring down, because I had cut the top of my head from his glass. The ambulance came, and Tata, he was lifting me up and went ahead and put me in the front of the ambulance, and we're going to the hospital. And I was just crying, and I was hearing like the ambulance wail. When right, and for some reason, my crying was syncing up with the ambulance. The ambulance. And so I'm crying, going,
Oh, Phil, you're yelping.
Memories.
It was like, I don't know, I just got synced up with the ambulance or something.
It's probably just something like natural. Right.
Anyway, here's the good part later on. So they went ahead and put the stitches in the top of my head, and I was walking home with Tata, and the nurse gave me, a lollipop. And we went walking through the alley. I don't know why. I was walking with Tata through the alley.
Because Tata makes bad decisions.
Right.
Exactly.
And anyway, I had the lollipop in my mouth, and, I was taking out and sucking it, and I was all happy. And then the lollipop fell, slipped from my hand, and it landed in this fresh pile of dog poop. Because, again, this is the late 60s, and they just left dog poop. People didn't clean up.
They still do.
So Tata, he just kept walking. I'm looking at the lollipop, and I reached out to grab it. I had some, fresh dog poop. Tata turned around, and he saw me standing there holding a lollipop with fresh dog poop. And then I remember Tata was saying, "Philip, throw that away." And I'm like going, "But Tata, no, throw that away."
Yeah.
And, I wanted to explain what I was thinking at the time. I just went, Tata, wait. He goes, no, Philip. You know,
so got to be somebody to save this. Got to be somebody to save this.
So anyway, Tata just kept getting more and more worked up. I remember just looking up at him. He couldn't believe that I was still holding the lollipop. He's like going, oh my God. Went, Philip, throw that away. I went, Tata, wait.
Okay.
You know, so anyway, he finally had enough of me. He knocked the lollipop out of my hand. He grabbed me by my hand and started, you know, just going off, you crazy, you motherfucker, you crazy. You know, and I'm like looking back at the lollipop going, Tata, wait, you know.
So what were you thinking?
So anyway, we get back home. And Tata, of course, he's like telling everybody what I just did about the lollipop and the dog.
He wouldn't drop it.
Right. So when Tata went ahead and said, you know, I remember he was talking about Baba and Dida and Ma. And he's like going, this stupid kid, he dog shit on the lollipop. And of course, when Tata gets all worked up, he has his version, which is nothing like anywhere close to the truth. His version was, I had the lollipop with the dog poop and I was about to put it in my mouth.
That's probably what he was thinking.
Right.
He's deciding to do something.
Right. So anyway, Ma just asked me, you know, nice and calm, you know, how come I didn't throw away the lollipop? And I told Ma, you know, I want to take it home, let you wash it off, and then I can use it again.
Right.
You know, that's
Makes
it.
sense to me.
Right. You know,
But there's got to be a way to save this thing.
you know, right. Because it was, you know, a lollipop. I mean, you know, you don't want to walk away from those things.
But you were saying, so you had your stitches, and I think that's right about the time I was born. So by then you have
No, because
Mom, Tata,
no,
and then
because
Baba Deed upstairs,
no,
and
because
I was
Luke,
probably the fourth kid.
no, because Ma was pregnant with Luke at the time.
Oh, okay.
Owls in the stomach.
Right.
See, you went in a basket.
I thought this is-
You feel better now?
No.
Right.
We'll get to my
right.
story.
And when we lived in Bridgeport, we went to church at St. Jerome, which was a Croatian church, and they had a school there. But for some reason, Tata wanted me to go to St. David, you know, which is American English speaking school. So anyway, you know, we went to first grade, and oh yeah. Yeah, Luca was born, and because I remember when Luca was learning to walk, because we were up on the second floor at Baba and Dita's house. And anyway, Mary would be on, Ma was holding up Luca, you know, because I guess he was getting ready to walk. Mary was on one side going, "Oh, Luca, come here," you know. And I was on the other side going, "Hey, Luca, come here." And Luca always kept running to me.
So did Luke run to you? Go to you?
Oh, yeah. All the time.
So you taught him how to walk. Luke,
Well, no,
say thank you.
No,
Yeah,
he's lying.
right. All right.
I didn't run because I couldn't run. I couldn't walk. I was crawling.
No, you were on your
walking.
2 feet scampering
Oh, was
along.
I?
So that means you're probably, wouldn't say half.
I don't-
So
one
how
and a half.
how is life
Look-
with Tata being at home? Was he drinking a lot back then?
No, because he was working a barbershop up in Skokie.
Okay, so he was never home.
He was never drinking.
No, he came home because his drinking, that was later on, because we went from Bridgeport to the Uptown neighborhood, and it was during that time Steve was born.
Oh, so I made him drink.
No.
What? It's my fault?
Yeah,
I came next.
We're done with the Bridgeport part
Okay,
Okay.
Uptown.
for now. So we went to Uptown. That was a rough neighborhood.
Is this where you learn about prejudice?
No, that came later on when
Okay.
we went back to Bridgeport. There was one time I showed up and Tata saw like a blue mark on me, and he's grabbing me, going, "What the fuck is this? A blue mark?" And I looked up at him and says, "Oh, I'm in a gang." Really?
Second grade?
What was
Yeah,
it?
there was like a
What
bunch
was
of
it?
second graders.
What was the blue mark?
Oh,
Like another kid gave it to you?
Right.
Like you guys are getting it?
Right. A kid had asked me, early 70s, you want to be in a gang? I went, okay. And so he took one of those big blue those big pens,
Like the
and,
felt?
right. And he went ahead and pressed it into my shoulder, and he just pressed it and held it, and I took it off, and I had this blue mark inside my skin. I went, okay, now what? It's like,
It's a Catholic gang.
right?
So it's
yeah,
okay.
I guess so. But
I think it's a lot harder to join gangs nowadays.
He says,
Right.
he says you're a
That's just what I
skinhead.
heard.
And then I remember Tata going to this fucking kid, was basically talking to me, and I guess that's from me getting attacked by a dog to put my head through the window.
So he thought you were going to be the troublemaker in the family.
Well, yeah,
I was a
Right.
still a kid.
Surprise.
Like a block away from the Winthrop Apartments underneath the L tracks were two movie theaters. One was the Uptown Movie Theater, which was the last of the Chicago movie palaces. I would go there to watch the movies, and I remember the Uptown because everything on the inside was so ornate.
You were 7,
Yeah, 7 years old.
going to the movie theaters on your own,
Right.
and this was normal.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Totally normal.
Yeah, look what happened in the 80s. We went out. We didn't come
Right.
home till like 12 o'clock.
We were free back then.
Yeah. Those
7 years old is different than 12.
No.
But anyway.
no.
That's called
Nowadays, your
freedom.
Parents
Freedom
can take
back then.
everywhere. Yeah, we were free.
Like what I said earlier up in Canada, Ma wasn't big on supervision. I mean, I was 2 years old crossing the street getting a hot dog from a complete stranger and then walking back home with
Every-
it.
Back then, they're not strangers, they're family.
Everything changed after John Wayne Gacy.
Oh,
And
right,
ironically,
yeah.
Phil was at the age because he was in Des Plaines 3
Oh,
miles
yeah.
away from
Well,
us.
we'll talk about
Right.
that when
He was
time
at that
comes.
age. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Phil mentioned that.
Yeah, no, that's for later on. On Saturdays, I would go to the Uptown movie theater. Usually it's the Uptown because the other movie theater, I think it's called the Riviera, they mostly had porn back then.
Porn.
Right. And I didn't know what porn was because I
movie?
just remember one time the movie came out, Little Big Man with Dustin Hoffman, and it kept playing at the Uptown week after week after week. So anyway, I decided to go to the other movie theater, and they had the ratings there. It was a big X, and I'm I was like looking at the movie posters, going, "Oh, this is different." So I'm walking up to the box office to try and buy a ticket, and the lady is like going, "How old are you?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm in second grade." And then she went, "This is X-rated." I'm like, "Okay." I guess she explained to me later on, you have to be over 18. And so I just remember going, fuck. So I ended up going back to the Uptown to watch Little Big Man for the 8th time.
You must have had a good run.
Oh,